Hello, Wineabbers. My name is Jesse Meekum from You Need a Budget. Yes, you do. And this is another Whiteboard Wednesday. Today, I'm going to talk about, answer the question that has been burning deep inside of you, keeping you up at night, tossing and turning, wondering, why? Why do we budget to zero? Give every dollar a job, every single dollar. Why every dollar? Why not most dollars? Why not the most important dollars? Why every dollar? One, because it just sounds better. Give most dollars a job. We didn't want to go there. I'm just kidding. There are real reasons behind it. First, we've had a long streak talking about reports where we haven't really had an XY axis to discuss. So we're bringing it back. The XY axis here, scarcity on the Y axis, clarity on the X axis. As scarcity, and I mean perceived scarcity here, and when you are budgeting every single dollar, things become scarce. If you take from here, or if you add to here, you have to take from here. If you take from here, you can put something else over here. But it's a constant give and take, and that is healthy. That gives you the feeling of scarcity. And as scarcity increases, clarity increases. Clarity is you being able to say, do I like giving this money here when I take it from there? Do I like sending that money to that job every single month? Do I like that? Yeah, I do. Okay, keep going. No, I don't. Okay, fix it. Solve that problem. But we want the scarcity. We want you to be giving every dollar a job to avoid what I call the blob, okay? And this was my best attempt at it. Let me move over here for a second. This is a blob, okay? And this is how most people treat their savings. And this could probably be a whole other episode. But you can get to this point. If you didn't give every dollar a job, if you say, I'm gonna leave some money, I'll just leave some money just in case. I'll leave some money just in case. This is not the same as an emergency fund where you say, this money's job is to sit over here and wait for things I cannot foresee. That is a different story. What I'm talking about you here is you basically saying, well, I'm not really sure. I don't know what I'll use this money for, so I'll just put it in my savings account. And then when something comes up, maybe you're down and you need a pick-me-up, maybe you're angry, maybe you're just not in a state that's maybe best for decision making, and then you raid your savings account to do something that, maybe later you'd say, if I were feeling a little happier at the time, I wouldn't have done that, or whatever. But stress is one. Stress, that for me, it would be stress. So you get these scenarios where the savings account is rated and it's like it doesn't have to go through the same vetting process as all of the dollars do when you're giving them all jobs. When you start to say, I don't know where this money should go, and it just goes into this kind of savings, undefined black blob area, then we get into a situation where you don't have intentions with the money, and then when you aren't intentional, reality just kind of can walk up and pick your pocket over and over and over again. And you're like, why aren't I getting ahead? What's going on? We want you to be intentional. And so when you start to just set aside money in some nebulous, undefined blob of an account, that money is basically free, just open game on the money that you have there for anything to come and just take what it wants. That's how I see it. Build up a little bit of defense, and the defense is your intentions, where you say, no, I'm going to buy a new computer with some of this money. I'm going to go on vacation with some of this money. I'm going to set this money aside for retirement, the biggest Rule 2 thing ever, the largest, less frequent expense you will ever have, right? I'm going to set that money aside. One more little example. I asked Harrison the other day, I said, Harrison, he's 8, right? I said, Harrison, what would you do with $5 if I gave it to you right now? What would you do with that? What did he do? Oh, I would go, I think he said I'd go to the gas station, which is a big deal, right? Going to the gas station. And he'd buy something there. Okay, cool. Now, what happens when I actually give Harrison the $5? Suddenly, his fist is a little tighter around the money. He's a little more thoughtful. It's not just burning a hole in his pocket. It's real. The money is real. And that was a bit of what we were capturing when we were saying we want you to be intentional, is once that money is in hand, this is why we don't forecast, once that money is in hand, then you can say, what do I want it to do? And if you start to take some of that money and push it off into that blob, or you don't really know what it should do and you're just going to wait and find out later, I'm telling you, your intentions start to get really muddied, and it's not that that bad things happen, but it's just not ideal. So we want you to give every dollar a job, embrace the scarcity for the clarity, and you'll find that your intentions all rise to the surface. And lo and behold, reality, slowly sometimes, starts to kind of change on you as you put your intentions forward and you're very clear with them. It's starting to sound really new agey when I keep saying intentions. Your goals, your priorities, whatever you want to say. As you're starting to really be real with those, suddenly things will start to click. That's why we want you to give every single dollar a job. We'll see you guys next week.